important to test your sump pumps. So sump pumps can be installed inside and or outside a building. A typical sump pump installation you'll see is a sump, a submerged vessel of some kind, usually where the sump pump sits down inside of. There is a float switch that controls the on and off functionality of that sump pump. There will be a discharge pipe that comes up out of the sump, goes to a one-way check valve out of the basin through the lid, and then that discharge pipe will go up and out of the building, preferably a good distance away from the building so the water does not come back toward the foundation. For example, a sump pump may be found on a shipping dock or a receiving dock to clear out and pump out the accumulation of rainwater or snow melt. Sump pumps are typically found in basements, especially if you have a high water table, or as a safety device. So if your water heater failed in the basement or a water pipe burst in the basement, that water could be pumped out via that sump pump. There's also pedestal type sump pumps where the impeller sits down in the basin, but then the electric motor sits up above the lid of the basin. And ideally these should be plugged into a GFCI. So at least annually you want to visually inspect all the components of your sump pump: the basin, the discharge pipe, the hose clamps, the pump itself, whether you have a tethered float switch, vertical float switch, all your connections, the power cord, etc. You want to keep clear access to the sump pump pit at all times. Keep the area clean. And then you want to pour buckets of water, or if you have access to a water hose, fill up that basin with water and observe the operation of your sump pump. That float switch should float up. It should turn on the pump. You should hear the pump running and then start to see the water level drop. And then that will tell you, number one, your float switch is good. Number two, the sump pump is good. Number three, the one-way check valve is good. And number four, the discharge pipe is clean and clear. If the pump turns on, but the water level does not drop, water doesn't go anywhere, or you see bubbles in the water, that would indicate a clog in the pump, the discharge pipe, or that one-way check valve. Also consider installing an alarm, a backup power supply, an ice relief fitting, or a smart device. So a smart device would be like a smart water shutoff valve. This would install on the main water line coming into your house after the meter. So in the event there is a break in your water pipe somewhere, the smart device will sense that drop in water pressure and shut the valve and notify you on your smartphone. There's also these water sensing devices you can place around your facility or your house. Same idea, when water comes in contact with this device, it'll sound an alarm. The smart devices will notify you on your smartphone. So you could place this near a water main, near your sump pump, near a water heater, behind a toilet, etc. And if you live in really cold climates, where you get snow and ice on a regular basis, cold temperatures, it would be a good idea to install an ice relief sump discharge. Basically, this is an inline fitting you install above where your average snow level would be outside. So if you get an ice blockage inside your discharge line, that ice relief discharge fitting would allow that sump pump water to still pump out to the outside through that fitting. Sump pump maintenance is important, often overlooked. Again, at least annually test your sump pumps, make sure they're working properly, the basin is cleaned out. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment for future video topics you would like me to cover, and ring the bell.